Firestarr, keeping it smashed.
When we was doing the race for the uni, they wouldn't even let us play POW. I'll never forget this night.
Yeah, you always tell the story. I'm not gonna lie, but it's the truth.
You might not even remember it this clearly, yeah. But there was an event. These two BFG's like my guy in it. I'm not gonna. Like, he's my guy.
That's a DJ, by the way.
DJ in Derby.
Yeah.
And there was this another guy, and all he had. What annoyed me was that was my point. So we was doing Blush. We was killing it, making the student union loads of money because
in Derby?
Yeah, in Derby Uni. They're basically robbing us. Yeah. Do you know what they used to do? So they used to say they'll give us the money for the comedians, but the comedians wouldn't get paid until they reach the venue.
Right.
And by then the venue sold out, and people are buying drinks from your bar before Richard Blackwood, for instance, even come off the M1.
Yeah.
But you're lending us the money, and then they're taking our money. We're students, you know. But anyway, we were selling our stuff, and then we got their Wednesday night student night, and they didn't even have the courtesy to give like Sunnit, who's one of the biggest DJs as a student, a slot, or me and my guys who were doing the biggest event for them, a slot on their Wednesday night. They gave it to this guy that basically ran a pub down the road.
Yeah.
So he was sort of looking after all that now, and then he says to he's like stood in behind the DJ box. So I started hosting sets for Firestarr now, and then he stood behind the DJ box with BFG watching us, basically telling us you can't play grime. It wasn't even called grime then.
Asian brother as well, you know.
Really? But I heard there's a lot of this going on. Obviously, I'm only like...
No, but this was a different thing. This
was just out of his own.
I felt like
his own issue, innit?
I felt like obviously, if you're anyone that knows or dealt with unis, if you're in with the student union, you're getting a bag for doing pretty much nothing.
Yeah, you're getting paid.
He was getting paid for getting 2 students to run to play music on a Wednesday night.
Yeah.
All of our friends are in there. No one knows better than us what the people want to hear because we are the people basically, yeah.
No, but the reason they stop you from playing certain things is the crowd that it attracts.
Yeah, but this is what I'm trying to explain to you. We're talking about Derby students in 2005.
Yeah, it wasn't that exactly.
It was definitely not gangster. Like it was not gangster at all. So I understood that if I was in London. I'm in Derby. The place ain't that busy anyway. We're talking like 100 people, 150 people. Most of them are friends, and the rest were just girls, basically. And then I'll never forget that night. We ran the tune, yeah.
What did you play?
We conspired.
Pow.
We conspired, mate. I'm on the mic. Firestar's DJ, and I'm like, bro, let's just run it. They literally stood about. We're about as far away as Firestarr is from us now.
Yeah.
Like this, just watching our every move. We've got our back to them.
Literally, not one fuck given. We just knew
Not
we was
one
about.
fuck
We
given.
knew what we was about to do.
Top floor of a place called Zanzibar, yeah. And we played Power. It was like I said, it weren't busy, but you can just see
When you dropped it, was it just like...
people just started
it was
going
like
mad.
the peak,
The reaction that people should have had.
The energy you want in a dance all the time. Why would someone tell you can't have that? I mean,
Because they were because I think it was a control thing. He just wanted to show who the boss was.
Okay.
Yeah. And they didn't understand it. They were a bit older. They didn't really get what was going on at the time. It's a bit like if you play drill music now in certain places, I guess.
yeah, 100%. It just generally in venues, if it gets out of hand, you know, people get nervous. I mean, that's common, you know, whether it's managers or security.
I wonder how far out of hand is it going
I mean,
to get
how-
if you play like 1 or 2 tracks? Like,
Yeah, but
It doesn't get... I've never seen it. I've seen madness in clubs, but it's no
no,
different.
but there's people.
It's no different to when people go to anywhere when there's
There
drink.
isn't, but guys, it's one of these ones where when you're now, if we're talking about now,
yeah.
if you're in a rave and you can select a proper set, you're always keeping the energy up. The point is, it gets wild, innit? It gets crazy. So
But the thing is,
so
just
typically,
who goes to a night out, that's why you go.
100%,
100%. And you'll go again.
but you're
and
also
tell
not the
about it
one.
and
You're
all that.
also on the side, innit? Like, you're one of the girls on the side sipping a drink, and you're nice. You're not in the mix of
I'm
like the arms are
99%
being thrown and elbows and.
No, obviously.
You're not mosh pitting.
No.
Let's be honest, like-
I kind of move away from the mosh pit.
Right, so when that's happening, typically,
Yeah.
whether it's a promoter or a manager, they get nervous. They're sweating.
Yeah, but it's not that. I'm not even going to give him that.
No,
It
but
was pure. In
That
general,
was
Oh,
100%.
yeah, I was just asking like
Now.
Oh no, yeah. They get nervous because they.
You know.
Someone gets a broken arm in your club.
And as a DJ, let me
have to get killed.
listen. I don't even.
I'm serious.
I don't.
You get a broken arm,
Sometimes
you
the
get
crowd
sued.
isn't even going to do that. Like if you look at the crowd, you're just
Not
like.
now.
Let me give you
Definitely
the worst case scenario for any DJ in a club, that when the manager or promoter comes tells you that they will give you the signal, tone that shit down.
Yeah.
Now imagine you're in the middle of let's take a bait hype song like Sheck Wes, Mo Bamba. Yeah.
Okay.
It's had its time, but it does this thing.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Or you're in that set, you're playing ASAP, or you're playing some Rick Ross, you're playing Man Them Rhythms, you know what I mean? It's crazy. Nah, like, switch it up, fire. Play some R&B. Out of nowhere, you switch to a fucking Rihanna joint.
Yeah.
Energy's here, it's gone straight fucking
People start walking off.
down. As a customer, surely there's nothing worse than that. Surely people are they're in a rave, they're that experienced, they hear that. I don't know, like, I'm critical of do you know what I mean, the music, as you probably are as well.
Yeah.
But you can talk from a customer point of view when you're in it.
Yeah, but it's just I feel like it's so dead when you go and it's just the same old R&B track.
100%.
The safe song.
And that's what they wanted us to do that night. And like I said, we played Power and people started going mad. Then they were like, we knew it was coming. It's like both of them like, you can't play that, you can't play that.
Take it off.
Get it off, get it off. Where they try to argue. But the joke was where they're arguing.
But the tune is playing.
But you know what I loved about that moment, we was on the same wavelength because he said...
And me and him weren't on the same wavelength too much, bruv, at uni.
That night, we was on some union thing.
We was on like, Gavin's his man, he's the Dame Dash and I'm his enemy, but we come together sometimes.
What did you have to mix in afterwards to just like calm down?
I said to him, run some Dipset. And he already had it loaded. He ran some Dipset. And then they what, you didn't want us to play no UK garage stuff? This is American hip hop. What are you going to say? But it had the same...
Wait, when we talk about Derby, you know what? Just quickly, we've got to big up. I know you might not know him. You might remember him. I got to big up Angelo, man. You've been watching. He's around the world, bro.
Yeah, he's doing his thing.
Like, he's a world...
I randomly saw
champion.
One of his guys. There was a guy that I recognised from Derby. I was like, how do I know you? And he said, I used to hang around.
But Angelo always showed man love. Like, you know, on some of the early nights, if he was playing, I'd be DJing with him, and he wouldn't have a problem. Do you know what I mean? He was not part of the politics. So he weren't trying to block, man, innit? He weren't blocking, man. Like, everyone else was blocking.
Bro, could you imagine if we had the current climate back then?
How's it changed?
That's what I'm trying to explain.
Like,
everything.
I'm trying to explain
changed.
to my nephew. My nephew don't understand that we could struggle to hear like pow for 2 verses.
Yeah, facts.
And this guy's going there.
You guys went Derby. I'm sorry, I went obviously Manchester.
Well, Nottingham as well.
Yeah.
What was Manchester was just a
playing
wild.
Power. Yeah,
I think-
they were playing Power. It was fine.
Oh right.
Mate,
it was
what?
good.
Do you know what? Even if you did get away with playing it, the selection ain't now. These are getting people like Ambush coming up. It's normal. Like, it's normal. If you were like, come on, it's
But
normal.
it's sick. Like and him as well. Like he's had joints before Jumpy.
Yeah, he's been about. You
know?
yeah.
Like-
I didn't even know. I'll be honest.
You know, Jumpy blew. It probably was the first song you heard, right? Or did you know any of it?
Definitely the first song I heard.
It was.
Right. You
Definitely
can go
the
back
first one
and
I
go
heard.
check like Ready and whatever he had before that. He's got tunes.
Do you know what's
like-
weird about Jumpy for me? I've spent a lot of time on YouTube. I only really watch. I'm like an old man. I only really watch the people that I come up. I'm serious. There's a new artist. I don't really check them out. For some,
Do you know Spotify?
Yeah, but what would you
Yeah,
call?
yeah.
Yeah, but
Do you feel it comes up on there? That's the only way I hear.
it come up on YouTube. I think it was GRM had it, or I can't
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
what it was.
yeah, yeah.
I never checked the video, but something said to me, "Check this," and I heard it. I was like, "This is a banger." Straight away, I was like, this is...
yeah.
But no one else
yeah,
was playing
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
And then I think I seen it on Chip's Snapchat.
It just became more money. The remix is what took it to a whole nother place, obviously.
Yeah.
But the original, when literally the day it dropped, I watched the video. I was like, "Yeah, this is a." It was just that, and I was.
I mean,
when I went back and
anytime
checked
you
it-
get, well, when you look, Chip, yeah, he jumps on a lot of remixes, does a lot of features. But I think people, when you pull in Skep, it's like it takes.
I prefer the original.
For me, everyone pays.
excited when Skepta does anything. It's just
You got to pay attention. You got to listen to even though it's for me, you know,
it's
just
hard.
Skepta's on it. I got to listen
I
as
prefer
well.
the original personally, but
Me too.
it did take it to a different
I
place.
heard the remix first, so it only became
you?
popular enough for me to
Okay.
hear the remix. Then I.
So that's the thing.
Yeah.
It depends on the audience, and that's
Yeah,
probably
it does,
that's why it probably took it to a different place because people, like you said, they took notice because of Chip and Skepta, which probably would have been me. But for some reason, I clicked on that video and I was like, nah, like, my missus got bored and listened to it in the car. I swear to
Gone
God.
clear though.
It was mad.
Set him nice.
It was, yeah.
And then we come out with Man Can't, another banger.
Do you know how
he
bad
ain't playing,
do you
bro.
know how bad it is? Do you know how mad it is, yeah? I was that much, man, Jumpy was that high for me, yeah? When Man
You
Can't
didn't think?
come out. Like,
Man Can't, but
I thought it was alright.
I like Man Can't more.
When
I
it
don't know
first-
whether it's because it's
when it-
still a newer song, but
Yeah.
I'm
I
on
don't
that.
think it's
When it
technically
first come
popular
out-
at the yeah. It's
when it
not.
first dropped, I was like, yeah, this is alright. Like, it's alright. And then I had to sit down and listen to it properly. I think, you know what it is? When you listen to something on the phone, I got them new, you know, that Google Home thing.
Right.
It's so tinny and you can't really... when you listen to a song for the first time on them things, it sounds dead. When I played it in the car, I was like, oh, actually, this is a banger.
Bad
It's
boy
a
tune.
banger.
Yeah, I didn't get a dub for
Ambush is a
Shouts to
bad-
Ambush. I didn't get the Man Can't dub.
Ambush is
I got
a
the
bad-
Jumpy dub though. I got the Jumpy dub. Oi, that done bits for me all summer.
People don't understand
That done bits for me all summer. I
Do you
played it
reckon-
when I played it. Let me tell you, I played it at 101. That was my little
Yeah.
That was my little joint. Like I'm ready. Anything can happen tonight, but I'm drawing for that Ambush dub plate in Birmingham because 101's like it's well known now, isn't it? Like they're doing bits. So like, but
Yeah,
crazy.
101's big. It's doing a lot in Birmingham still. But I don't know,
So what we
Ambush
were
Star
saying-
and all them lot.
Yeah, what was so different? What's different now?
yeah.
To
You just don't get. For me, like I was like watching 10 Westwood freestyles
Crazy.
on Radio 1. For me, all right, this is how far back I go with the UK scene. Like before even Eskimo dance, I went to the first Eskimo dance, and I was at the first Eskimo dance. I DJ'd at the first Eskimo dance. Sorry.
Was that you?
Yeah.
Select a guy. You used to play tune. You used to try to play a couple tune.
Yeah.
Try to school me, and then he saw I was in
listen,
it for the long run.
Listen,
Remember them early
I was
early
a
ones?
dead DJ, but I did stuff. Bro.
Nah, you were alright. You were
was
alright.
on-
Give
I
you
was on
props, man.
free
You like to
for
give your
everything.
you, bro. You are the UK. You were the UK Dame. That's what I call you.
You
You're the
always called
UK
me that.
Dame Dash, bro.
You always called
That's
me
how you went on at uni. You know Dame Dash.
I feel like I've heard of Dame Dash.
Alright.
I really don't.
Basically-
I'm gonna pretend that I know.
Basically, he's a clever guy, but he's an arsehole.
He's just going on it. He goes on extra now. Jay-Z's partner and helped set up Rockefeller's, 3 of them.
He used to call me that, but he
that
used to
piss you
call me that now because
I don't know if it was too. I couldn't tell you.
he just used to try to diss me with it. Like it was
Yeah.
But now it's a
But
bit.
now
It's
I
embraced.
take that.
Yeah, take that
I
because.
hate that.
Yeah, but anyways,
But yeah,
how's
but
it?
back then? Like you didn't get all what you get now. Like I think it's mad because of how much I was into it. It was almost like in fact, it was an underground thing.
It's because everything's. Let me tell you why it's changed. Everything's too much. There's too much to
It's
consume.
everywhere.
I don't think it's even that. I just
Something
think-
new.
I
How do
just
you?
think? Yeah, you're right. You're right. There is too much to consume, but I think it's always been good music, but it's never been at the forefront. Whereas now,
100%.
you back then, yeah, because when I was like,
It wasn't popular music.
yeah,
Now it is.
I was like,
Yeah.
I was like managing artists and all the rest of it, yeah. And you had to get your stuff. Radio was the only place you was hitting the masses, so you had to pay a man $1,000 to take it to a DJ at a radio station to say, yeah, I think you should listen to this CD, and you might get played. Whereas now, if you got a YouTube channel and you know how to use social media,
It's out.
you're out there. Or you can pay whatever you got to pay, like Ambushed in, and get your stuff, like get the right, obviously music's got to be good. But you get the right tune on the right channel, like GRM or wherever you put it, and you get it, and you get a little following, you're gone. And that's where you get more people listening to it. And then that's when the promote, it's all about money at the end of the day, isn't it? You got the numbers, the promoters will book you.
100%.
But the gatekeepers before weren't letting people through.
Like,
People we knew were good. Like,
It's a whole different thing
But
though
that's
now.
what everyone's been talking about lately. How it's changed so much, but in a positive way for new artists to come up. Like in a
It
good
is
way.
positive,
Yeah.
but then it's like
you have to
because
go
we're from a different
different era.
different setting, so we're adjusting to this.
You've
So
got to change with the times.
yeah, 100%.
I'm just jealous.
Yeah,
That's
it's
the only
facts.
thing I'm jealous. I'm jealous of like.
Can you imagine if this was around back then?
This is what I'm
How
saying
much
to
you
you.
could
Yeah,
have done?
when
We would have listen, Derby. We would have had Derby like a zoo, mate. Because no, it's true. Listen, bro, we would have had it like an absolute zoo. I don't know what's going on down there now, yeah. But if we was at uni and the climate was how it is now, that place would have been madness. Imagine just being able to book someone like Ambush and people know who he is and they come out.
100%.
You trying to tell me that wouldn't have been viable?
But
It's Destiny and Elite.
it's all it's just
It's time.
it's just all different now, man.
It's
Now the
time.
thing is, a video comes out and it's just all about how quick can we get 1 million views. Okay, now that certifies that it's hot.